The spawning run continues in the Wolf River in Shiocton. Activity was not lacking this morning at Bamboo Bend. Fish could be seen close to the shore, and DNR crews were processing fish as well. But what does it take to manage these prehistoric giants?
Well, some of the sturgeon can live 100 years or even longer, and that can make it a challenge to track the progress over the years. But
the DNR is countering with some experience of its own. Fox 11's Eric Peterson introduces us to a trio of biologists with almost a century of sturgeon knowledge.
On the shores of the Wolf River near New London, crews are netting and tagging as many sturgeon as they can.
616. We're seeing more and more bigger males almost every year, it seems. They're getting older and older.
Ron Bruck worked with sturgeon in the area for 30 years.
I get real twitchy this time of year because it's April and the sturgeon are running up the river and I can never get it out of my blood. I was taught by this big fella sitting back here, Dan Foles, who was my predecessor, and he can't get it out of his blood either.
I tagged my first fish in 1959.
At 80 years young, Dan Foles is considered a pioneer in sturgeon management.
The population actually is much better now. It's increased eons over what we had years ago.
Foles passed down his experience to Bruck.
Ready?
I am, he's not.
And then to Ryan Koenigs 8 years ago.
We have a very close relationship. We jokingly have our sturgeon family, I guess, where Dan is my grandfather and Ron is my father. Ron is my mentor, and he really is like a second father to me.
And like many families, a discussion over which gloves work best can become spirited.
Ron doesn't have any problems.
That's because he's not doing anything.
Oh.
Kidding aside, the sturgeon are tagged and tracked for a lifetime, but the fish can live to be a century or more. Bruck says that longevity suits this crew just fine.
90 years experience working sturgeon between the three of us.
I'll probably spend my whole career, the next 20 to 30 years, benefiting from the work that Ron and Dan did before me.
In the town of Muckwa, Eric Peterson, Fox 11 News.
now the three will probably finish this season's work in a week or so. The next time they may be all together is next February for spearing season.